You're listening to Medical Affairs Voices, your brief audio companion to MFAR's Trend Watch, medical affairs blog, highlighting the latest trends shaping the field. Today's episode is how pharma companies can leverage gamification for interactive MSL training. I'm Laura.
And I'm Brian. And the way MSLs are trained is evolving so fast. It feels like the old methods just aren't enough anymore.
They really aren't. The role of medical science liaisons in the pharmaceutical industry is evolving rapidly. As scientific experts, they act as critical liaisons between pharmaceutical companies and healthcare professionals, providing valuable insights and facilitating medical communication.
And that's a big responsibility. It's not just knowing data, it's communicating it with clarity, confidence, and accuracy. They need serious training to stay sharp.
Exactly. Given the complexity of their responsibilities, MSLs require continuous and in-depth training to remain at the forefront of medical knowledge, regulatory compliance, and effective engagement strategies. Traditional training methods, such as slide decks and PDFs, often fail to maintain engagement and do not provide an interactive learning experience.
That's so true. Those formats feel outdated now. And honestly, they can be painfully passive, hard to stay focused, let alone retain anything.
Right. To overcome these limitations, pharmaceutical companies are increasingly turning to gamification as a powerful tool to enhance MSL learning, knowledge retention, and motivation. By incorporating game-like elements such as points, rewards, and simulations, gamification transforms training into an engaging and practical experience.
And it makes sense. People engage more deeply when learning feels active, rather than static. But before we dive deeper, it helps to remember just how demanding the MSL role actually is.
Absolutely. MSLs play a crucial role by acting as scientific liaisons who bridge the gap between pharma companies and healthcare professionals. They are responsible for communicating complex medical information, educating healthcare professionals about novel therapies, and ensuring compliance with regulatory standards.
Which means they need to be constantly learning. New data, new therapeutic areas, evolving guidelines. It's nonstop.
Exactly. MSLs need comprehensive training in scientific literature, therapeutic areas, and communication strategies to perform these duties effectively. Given the rapid advancements in medicine, continuous education is essential to keep them updated with the latest research and developments.
And there's also the speed factor. They're often expected to master an entirely new disease area almost instantly.
Yes, given their extensive role, MSLs often face the challenge of switching from one disease area to another. This requires them to quickly master complex topics and information, sometimes under significant time pressure. They may be expected to become proficient in a new therapeutic area within as little as 3 months. Such transitions demand rapid learning as well as the ability to communicate this information clearly and confidently while maintaining the scientific rigor that is crucial in their role.
And that pressure really exposes the limits of traditional training. PDFs and static presentations don't build that kind of readiness.
Exactly. Traditional MSL training methods, such as static PDFs and lengthy presentations, often lack engagement and interactivity. Platforms that deliver these materials, such as traditional learning systems, also fail to provide an engaging environment. They tend to be monotonous, and they don't facilitate real-time assessments of knowledge retention and application, making it challenging to gauge readiness for real-world interactions.
And without that interactivity, motivation drops fast, especially when it's the same theoretical content again and again.
Right? Repetitive theoretical training can lead to decreased motivation and engagement. Without an interactive component, MSLs may struggle to retain critical information and apply it effectively in their discussions with healthcare professionals.
And that's the opportunity for gamification. It gives the learning texture, excitement, and immediate feedback.
Exactly. Gamification refers to applying game-like elements such as challenges, leaderboards, and rewards to non-game contexts like corporate training. In MSL training, it enhances learning by making it more interactive, engaging, and immersive. By leveraging techniques from the gaming industry, pharmaceutical companies can create dynamic training programs that encourage participation and reinforce learning through active involvement.
And once people are actually engaged, knowledge sticks so much better.
It does. Gamification enhances learning by increasing engagement, improving knowledge retention, and encouraging continuous professional development. Interactive and scenario based learning ensures that MSLs actively apply their knowledge rather than passively absorb information.
And the reward systems, badges, points, leaderboards, they really tap into motivation.
They do. The use of rewards, badges, and leaderboards fosters a sense of achievement, motivating MSLs to complete training modules with enthusiasm. Gamified learning modules also allow for real time feedback, helping MSLs identify areas for improvement and refine their expertise over time.
So it doesn't just feel better, it actually trains better. And simulations are one of the most effective elements, right?
Absolutely. One of the most effective ways to incorporate gamification into MSL training is through interactive case studies and role playing simulations. Virtual patient interactions allow MSLs to apply their knowledge in realistic scenarios, enhancing their ability to respond to real world medical inquiries.
And the branching scenario style, where choices change the path, that makes the learning feel real.
Exactly. AI driven adaptive learning platforms can create branching narratives where the learner's choices determine the outcome of the case study, making the training highly personalized and impactful.
And quizzes can be transformed too. Gamified challenges feel like something you want to do, not something you must do.
Right. Gamified quizzes and challenges can assess knowledge retention in an engaging way. Competitive elements, such as leaderboards, encourage MSLs to improve their scores and stay motivated throughout training. Immediate feedback on quiz performance allows for iterative learning, helping MSLs reinforce their understanding and fill knowledge gaps efficiently.
Now, one of the biggest opportunities is immersive tech. VR and AR are tailor-made for this kind of work.
Definitely. Pharma companies can leverage cutting edge VR and AR technologies to create immersive training environments for MSLs. VR based training allows them to practice risk free real world conversations with healthcare professionals, improving their confidence and communication skills.
And AR brings data to life. Seeing mechanisms or structures in 3D changes everything.
Exactly. AR tools enable MSLs to visualize complex medical data and drug mechanisms interactively, leading to a deeper understanding of therapeutic areas.
And reward systems fit naturally into that ecosystem too. Badges, certifications, progressive pathways.
Yes, incorporating digital badges and rewards can incentivize continuous learning. MSLs can earn certifications for completing training modules, demonstrating their expertise in specific therapeutic areas. Unlockable content and progressive learning paths keep the training experience dynamic and engaging, encouraging lifelong learning.
And the digital infrastructure makes all of this scalable and accessible. Remote learning, live collaboration, real-time feedback.
Exactly. Virtual platforms provide a seamless way to implement gamified training. These platforms enable remote learning, allowing MSLs to participate in interactive sessions regardless of location. Collaboration tools facilitate live discussions, knowledge sharing, and real time assessments, making training more effective and accessible.
And MFAR's platforms take this even further.
They do. Platforms like MFAR's Virtual Advisory Board allow MSLs to apply gamified learning in live discussions with industry experts. They can reinforce learning while receiving valuable feedback. And AI powered analytics within these platforms, such as Clinical Virtual Avatar, help run structured discussions between MSLs and healthcare professionals, helping pharmaceutical companies identify areas for further training and development.
And pharma companies can actually measure the impact. This isn't guesswork.
Exactly. They can measure the effectiveness of gamified training by tracking completion rates, engagement levels, and knowledge retention scores. Another critical measure is improvement in real world interactions, because MSLs should be better equipped to provide scientific insights and address medical inquiries effectively.
And the case studies prove it works. AstraZeneca, Deloitte, and many others.
Yes. AstraZeneca launched a gamified program that used minigames, leaderboards, and achievement based rewards. It led to a 95% completion rate and 97% engagement. Deloitte also used gamification in its Leadership Academy, allowing leaders to set goals, complete missions, and earn badges. That strategy increased weekly returning users by 47%.
Those results say everything. Gamification doesn't just look fun, it works.
Absolutely. Many other case studies highlight how interactive learning modules, AI driven simulations and VR based training have improved knowledge retention and engagement. Companies report higher motivation levels among MSLs, leading to more impactful scientific discussions with healthcare professionals.
Of course, there's still a balance to strike. It can't be all games.
Right. While gamification offers numerous benefits, balancing engagement and scientific rigor is crucial. Over gamification may lead to a loss of focus on essential medical content, and compliance with regulatory standards must always be ensured.
And the strategy matters, choosing the right tools, the right goals, the right incentives.
Exactly. Companies should align their strategies with clear learning objectives. Selecting the right technological tools is essential for a seamless training experience. Offering incentives and fostering a culture of continuous learning can enhance participation and long term success.
And when it's done well, the outcome is powerful.
It really is. Gamification is transforming MSL training by making it more engaging, interactive, and effective. By leveraging virtual collaboration platforms, pharmaceutical companies can enhance training programs and ensure MSLs remain well equipped to engage with healthcare professionals. Integrating game based learning, immersive simulations, and AI driven insights provides a scalable and impactful training solution. That's why companies are embracing gamification and digital learning tools to prepare MSLs for the dynamic challenges of medical communication and scientific engagement. Investing in these innovative methods leads to more knowledgeable, motivated, and effective MSL teams, driving better outcomes for both the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare community.
And that wraps up this episode of Medical Affairs Voices. Thanks for listening. For more insights, explore the latest articles on MFAR's TrendWatch Medical Affairs blog. Until next time.